Welcome back to season 2 of Parent Story Hour, where it is always 5 o'clock. Today, some of you know I'm on a fitness journey, and today I took some measurements, and I found out that my arm is larger than my neck. I'm not even sure how that's possible. It was a little hard to see in writing. So I made a little sketch based on my measurements of my body. So here I am. You can see that my neck is a lot smaller than my arms are. And yeah, so that's how I'm looking. Also, when I sat down, I found a fun little surprise craft at my seat that someone made. It appears to be a styrofoam shrunken head, maybe, or a plant, like a mushroom. I'm not sure really what, and I don't know what this hair is or where it came from. But with that being said, my day was not worse than the character in this book, Dopey Dinosaur. So I hope you enjoy the story today. And it rhymes too. Let's all travel back in time 1,000,000 years or more so you can meet a very strange beast that's called a dinosaur. So far, so good. Dinosaurs hatch out of eggs. They work hard to crack the shell. Look at this one coming out. Didn't he do well? Also, so far, so good. He's acting a little dopey right now. He's not looking all around. Oh no, here comes a giant foot to squash him on the ground. All right, a little bit of a rough start there. That's how I really feel most mornings. Watch who you're stepping on, he yells, but the big dinosaur doesn't hear. So Dopey climbs out of the mud and wipes away a tear. Poor Dopey. We're already rooting for him. I mean, I am. Now our little friend feels very hungry. There's a rumbling in his tummy. He spies some berries on a bush and thinks they look quite yummy. We all know what's going to happen. Poor Dopey gets a shock. He doesn't think it's fair. He wanted to eat the berries, not go flying through the air. So here he is holding on to the berries. But why is he flying through the air? A bullyosaur. Bullyosaur. I mean, that's really what it says. So far, I could support the science in this book, but I am not sure that's a real dinosaur. Just saying. Is chewing on the bush. Dopey could get eaten. He decides to let the berries go. He knows he has been beaten. Dopey falls a long, long way and lands on something fat. It's a dinosaur laying in the grass who doesn't think much of that. So there he is. The dinosaur doesn't look very happy, does he? No. How dare you jump upon my back? The dinosaur says with a roar. He hits poor Dopey with his tail, which makes Dopey feel quite sore. And I've felt quite sore from a lot less, actually, than being beaten up by a dinosaur. I don't think I would describe that as quite sore. I think that's like an ER visit. The force of the blow knocks Dopey into a slimy green pool. He splutters and gasps and gurgles and thinks, I feel like a fool. Now, can we stop right here? This is the point where he feels like a fool? I mean, he was stepped on page 2. And it took all this time to feel like a fool. Our soggy pal wades to the side, then gets a pain in his tail. That nasty fish has bitten me, poor Dopey says with a wail. And not very supportive friends. I mean, look at them. They are not helping. They're not pulling the fish off his tail. They're not helping him out of the water. They're laughing while they watch this happen. I mean, would I? Maybe. I'm not in that position, but I might be the one laughing. Dopey shakes the fish off and drags his sore tail on the ground. He hasn't gone too far when he spots a little mound. Well, that's not a good idea. The mound is a small volcano, but Dopey doesn't realize until his snout's inside and soot shoots in his eyes. Yeah. That soot has filled our Dopey's eyes, and he can't see a thing. He walks face first into a tree, which makes his poor head ring. All right. I would have given up a long time before the volcano thing happened. I'm just saying. Dopey thumps the tree so hard he makes it shake and bend. All the fruit comes crashing down. He's got something to eat in the end. And that really is the end. And that is the silver lining. That he smashes himself into a tree so hard he gets hit in the head with his food. And at that point, I don't know if I'd be hungry. I mean, how many concussions can you have in one day? This seems like it happened in one day. Probably within about an hour. I don't know. Would you still want to eat those purple things falling from the sky? Would you want to eat them anyway? I don't know. There are a lot of questions. Anyway, that was Dopey Dinosaur. If you're interested, it is $1 in the United States and $1.25 in Canada. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope everyone is staying sane and healthy, and we will see you tomorrow.